and welcome everybody. My name is Matt and I have a YouTube channel called Travel Without a Cause, as you can see below. But the reason I'm doing this video today is a little bit different. Typically I have a travel channel where I travel locally and non-locally and cover things, people, places of interest and make YouTube vlogs with them or about them. And I've been doing this for a little over a year. August 15th was a year for me. This is September 25th, 2023. I think it's the 25th. And I've been doing this since August 15th of 2022. And I know people have reached out to me before, even people that are in my life, personal, real life friends of mine who like the channel. They like what I do and they're kind of inspired by what I do. And I find that truly flattering. And I thought that I would just make a video like this. I know there's others like that out there, but I figure it'd just be another YouTube vlogger putting their perspective out there on what to expect the first year or when you're starting a small YouTube channel like mine. I still consider myself a small YouTube channel. I have about 1,125 subscribers. I got monetized fairly quickly. Quicker than I thought I would. It took a little less than 6 months. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it'd be about a year and a half, 2 years or so. But I don't think really that holds much weight one way or the other. I think it's just, I kind of got lucky and I got a lot of those subscribers and watch time hours during the holidays, which any of you who start a YouTube channel, you'll see that your hours and your watch time hours and subscribers will typically go up at a faster rate during the holidays. So, with that being said, I thought I'd jump in, give you 5 main rules. I could easily come up with 10 different things, but I figured I'd stick to the main 5, the strongest points that I think are the most important when starting a small, new YouTube channel. So, without further ado, feel free to like, subscribe, to the channel if you like. A lot of you watching this might not have ever heard of my channel, but like I said, it's kind of more of a travel channel. People, places, things of interest. But if you find it interesting, feel free to subscribe and to the channel and like some of the videos and all that stuff. But if not, I just hope this video helps you regardless of what niche you're in, regardless if you've ever seen my channel before and all that. I just hope to help some people maybe who might be inspired to start a channel, but they might not know what to expect. And I've seen a couple videos like this when I was starting out and it helped me a little bit, And so if I could just help you guys a little bit, then, one person saved type of thing, But anyway, jumping right off the bat, we are going to start with the concept of just doing it. Now, what I mean by that is just like Nike, just do it, right? It's just like starting a business. I have a small time side business where I have a photo booth franchise. So I've been doing it for about 10 years now. It's pretty successful. Like I said, we've been doing it for 10 years now. So we got past that point of, they say a business, if it's going to fail, it'll do it in the first 3 to 5 years. Well, that's very true because those are the most trying years. Same thing goes for a YouTube channel. Now, what I want to tell all you guys out there, speaking from experience, I'm a monetized YouTuber, over 1,000 subscribers. I've been doing this over a year now. Got a little bit of experience under my belt. I pay attention to my analytics and stuff on YouTube, but I don't make it a job or anything. It's a hobby. First and foremost for me, it's a hobby. And if you guys are wanting to do it just for the money, you might not be climbing up the right tree for that. If you really have a niche, anything can happen. I can tell you that. But the more you love something, the more you enjoy it, the better it's going to do, because it's not going to feel like work and you're going to want to do more of it. Now, what I say by just doing it and how it ties into starting a business, I'm not trying to say you should treat YouTube like a business necessarily, because I think it should be fun first. I think it should be something that you enjoy first and foremost. When I was inspired to do this channel, I'd see different channels out there, 1 or 2 different ones that are basically the same type of channel that I have, which is another side point. I don't want to get too much into rabbit holes here, but find what you want to do and stick to that niche. Because if you do want a YouTube channel just for yourself and you just want to do it just for your own sake and you don't need the channel to grow or anything like that, do whatever you want. You can do a different type of video every other day if you want to, and it's all about what you want. But if you do want the channel to grow and grow at a pretty decent rate, you do want to find a certain niche. You want to find something that you want to stick to and keep it pretty narrow. The broader you are, the harder it's going to be for the algorithm, which you can just replace the word algorithm with people. if people are looking for a certain channel to follow, and it's like the channels you follow, you're going to find that you watch certain channels because you expect certain things to come from that channel or that person that you're following. If XYZ person always posts videos about jet skiing, I don't know how I came up with jet skiing right away, then you expect to see jet ski photos in their videos, or videos on their channel, excuse me. And my lighting source is glitching here. Exactly. So if XYZ guy, if jet ski guy all of a sudden starts posting videos about, I don't know, horticulture or birds, you're going to be like, well, sometimes I like his videos and sometimes I don't, because he posts different things all the time. You know, so if you go to Joe Bob over here or Cindy Lou, who's always posting videos about baking cookies, and you know what to expect from her, she's going to build a following quite a bit quicker, because people know what to expect. They go to her because they look forward to seeing the next baking show or whatever it is. You get my drift. Find what you want to do and stick to that, and then just focus on that, because the more, it's just like anything. If you have a job, if you have 8 different jobs, it's going to be hard to be really good at one job. Or if you have 8 different tasks, it's going to be hard to be really good at any one of those. You're going to have to focus on maybe having 1 or 2. Some people have 1 or 2 different YouTube channels. But the more you have, the thinner you're going to be spread, and the harder it is for you. The harder it's going to be for you to focus and be good at one thing. There's a couple of ideas I've had for a second YouTube channel of mine, but I just hit a year here, and I'm enjoying the first, 6-8 months of being monetized. It's exciting, By no means am I making $1 million a month. I'm not even making a fraction of that. But it's the point of, I'm focusing on one thing, one niche, one type of thing. If you watch my videos on my channel, it's pretty straightforward, the same type of stuff every time. And I'll break that up with the live feed sometimes, in which usually during the live feed, I'm talking about my channel and the types of videos that I post. So the main thing is just to jump in and do it. There's no better time. There's no way you can never ultra prepare yourself for a YouTube channel. You don't know what to expect, especially if you've never been on camera, especially even if you don't have the type of, if you don't even have to be on camera to have a YouTube channel. But if you're, like, say, one like mine, I'm in front of the camera, I'm the face of the channel. And then, of course, I switch the camera around, and then I film things and I talk along the way. So again, if you don't like to hear yourself talking, well, first of all, you'll get over that after a few videos. But these are things you have to consider. You can never really ultra prepare yourself for those types of things, because it's going to be, basically, it's like, okay, well, I can just wait and procrastinate, and I can talk myself out of starting by just doing these things that I think are going to make me better, when in reality, doing it makes you better. Repetition is the mother of all skill. The only way to get really good at something is just to do it and start doing it regularly. So, with that being said, to summarize the first point is to just do it. I started with my phone and a selfie stick. I'm not even kidding. I was at a convention for my full-time job, and I got a selfie stick as one of those, promo items they had on the table at one of the vendors. It's like, oh, cool, I got a selfie stick. I'll never use it. Or I thought. But then I ended up, I had a YouTube channel. It's like, oh, well, I'll just use that. Super shaky, didn't know what I was doing, knew nothing about lighting with a cell phone, filming myself with a cell phone, albeit I have a good phone for videoing, which is a Samsung Galaxy series. That's not a plug by any means, but they do have wonderful cameras, and iPhones do too. But that carried me through the first, let's say 10 months, 9 to 10 months before I got my, the camera I'm filming on now, which is a Canon. I actually use the M50, which is a highly rated video camera for you guys. It's a good mid-level camera for a good mid-level price. You're not gonna be paying thousands of dollars or anything like that, by the way. But there's all kinds of hints and tricks and trade stuff I could tell you guys that I'm still learning myself. I'm no expert by any means, but this is stuff that I've learned along the way. But Canon M50, G7X, the Canon G7X III is a great one also. Of course, the Sony A7, all that stuff, that's kind of getting higher in the price range, but all great cameras to start vlogging with. And I highly encourage you guys to check some of those videos out on YouTube. Think Media has a YouTube channel. They do a lot of good advice, good videos, and give a really good advice on cameras. But I started off with my phone. And there's YouTube channels that I watch today that are very successful, getting millions of views, and they still use their phone, believe it or not. So don't worry about, oh, I don't have all the right equipment, I don't have all this and that, I don't have the expertise or how to shoot with the right lighting and all that. If you're trying to jump right off the bat and be like, have these professionally made videos and stuff like that, then you may want to do some research first. But still, just get out and do it. Go in your backyard, go to the park, work with lighting, practice, work with your camera or your phone, whatever you got. The point is to just jump in and do it. There's no better time to do it. There's 8 weeks from now is not going to be a better time for you to start than now. Well, of course, if you have life reasons in your life or things going on in your life that that are preventing you from really focusing, that's different. But as for preparedness for just starting the channel and getting the skill, just do it. Jump in right away. The second one I have, point number 2, is to give it time. And this is the mindset. I was kind of talking about this a while ago. You have to tell yourself right off the bat that I'm not going to be a YouTuber and try this for 6 weeks. And if I don't start getting monetized and making all this money on YouTube, like you see Mr. Beast doing and all these guys who have millions of followers and millions of views, then I'm going to give up. Again, it's like starting a business. Most businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years. Even myself, I bought a franchise. I invested money and bought a franchise for a photo booth company. And imagine if I just said after 6 weeks, like, oh, this isn't for me, I give up. Well, I've already invested almost $100,000, all this stuff in this time. I have equipment and all that. You got to write it out. It's something you have to decide, okay, I'm going to do it for the long term. Again, this is your channel. If you want to do it for 6 weeks and give up, nobody's going to lose any sleep over it. It's just your thing, But again, I would encourage all of you to treat it as a hobby, not a business. Now, of course, there's the aspect of all this where you want to treat it like a business if you want it to succeed like a business. If you want to do this just as a hobby and like, look, this is for my own therapy and I want to do it for therapeutic reasons and I just want to get out and just do it. So people who might see my channel might enjoy the video, but for the most part, it's just for me to enjoy it and to get to show my art or whatever it is, then just do it that way. I would encourage you to treat it like a hobby before you treat it like a business, because if you treat it like a business first, you're not going to enjoy it as much as if you treat it like a hobby. And something like YouTube is an art. This is an art. You're showing your art. You're showing the world through your eyes, basically, right? So you have to give it time. Now, if it's just something that you decide like, well, you know what, I thought I was going to enjoy this, but I really don't. Like, I really just don't enjoy it. Even if you're not even thinking about the money aspect, if you're just thinking to yourself, I thought I was going to really enjoy this because the channel that I'm inspired by, when I watch their channel, I love watching it. But then I realized that when I do it, I don't really like it at all. And it's not enjoyable at all. I cannot see myself doing this even for fun. Then maybe try something else. But if you're set out to do it and you want to do it right and you want to do it at least for fun, then just give it time. I think the average as of, it's September 2023, as of right now, the average YouTube channel, which is basically the majority, the majority of time, or the average amount of time it takes for a channel to get monetized is about 1.5 to 2 years. Like I said, mine got monetized in less than 6 months. I got lucky. I had all of a sudden, I think between August and December of last year, I had about 80 subscribers, which is pretty good. Nothing to shake a stick at, but it's not really what my goal was. Of course, it was a goal of mine to get monetized and make money off of YouTube, but it wasn't the goal. So I got about 80 subscribers between August and December. So 4 months. So about 4 months. So I'd say 20 subscribers a month on average. Then all of a sudden the holidays came around and I was getting for about a week and a half, or I'd say it was about a 1 week period, 1 week stretch, 7 days, where I was getting about 100 subscribers a day. It just started clicking and going faster, and I was predicting it. I would tell my friends like, look, I'm gonna get 100 subscribers today, and I would. After about 10 days, it started slowly kind of, the ticking started slowing down, and right when I got to about 800 subscribers, I got about over 700 subscribers in about 7 to 9 days, something like that. And I was excited. Was I bummed out when it stopped at 800? Definitely not. I was excited. I was like, I just got 700 subscribers. Like, I'm almost at 1,000. And it took about another 4 weeks, about another 3 to 4 weeks to get the other 200. Something like that. Let's say another month at the most. And since then, that was February when I got monetized because by the time I hit, you need by the way, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time as of this time to get monetized. By the time I hit around 800 subscribers, I had already hit my required watch time hours. I was already at about 7, 8, 9,000 watch time hours by the time I hit that 800. During that rush, that influx of all these subscribers I got in that week and a half. And by the time I hit my 1,000 subscribers, I had about 11,000 hours of watch time. So that's going to go into another one of my points in a second. Actually, I think it's the next point. It is the next point. So, but staying on track here is you give it time. I did not expect to get monetized that quickly. And I don't think my channel is any better than anybody else's or any worse than anybody else's. I think I'm an average small YouTube channel who puts out average content. But I think during the holidays when everybody's on YouTube, everybody's at home, they're off of work, that's probably the most time people are on YouTube. Maybe that in the summertime. Especially the holidays though, because people are slowing down during the holidays. During the summertime, people are out and about and vacationing. They're not really on YouTube as much as they are in the holidays, especially when it's cold and snowing outside in some places. So what I learned from that is just, hey, I was expecting to get monetized in a year and a half, if I even got monetized, because there are channels out there who don't get monetized. They have a very hard time. And I learned that, I just set out and promised myself that I'm just going to have fun with this. And I said it from the beginning, from video number 1, I even told my friends, I was like, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this to try to get monetized. That would be a pretty sweet bonus, but it's not my goal. My goal is to do this for my own therapy, I guess. And I'm not saying that because I need therapy. I don't mean like that, but I just mean as a therapeutic aspect, like an artistic outlet, I should say. I did it for fun. I did it because I was inspired by 1 or 2 channels just like mine now, where I was like, man, I could totally see myself doing that. And I had such a passion for seeing that. I had such a passion for that thought of, man, I could so see myself doing that 100%. That's just me right there. And when I started doing it, I found that I enjoyed it even more than I thought I would. Now, of course, I didn't know how to do the camera stuff. I didn't know how to present myself on video. I didn't know what my voice was going to sound like. And for the first few vlogs, when you hear yourself, when you're doing the editing and stuff, and you hear your voice, it's like, ugh, and we're all like that. But trust me, if I can give you one big tip on that, is after 2 or 3 videos, if you're pretty consistent and you do 2 or 3 within like a month. I was doing 2 videos a week for the first 8 months. 8, 9 months at least. I just loved it so much. And that part of it I treated like a business when it came to the staying on track. As for being consistent, like, okay, well, if I make myself do this twice a week, it'll build the discipline in me to keep the videos going. Because I always told myself, and it's a piece of advice that I got from watching YouTube videos like I'm doing now, where they say, you want to have at least, good 30, 35 videos in the queue on your channel. To where when somebody comes across your channel, they think, okay, well, this person has 35, 40 videos in there. It's pretty solid, I'll stick around and watch other videos. So it's a win-win because people will stick around. They want to watch more of your videos. You get more watch time, you get more clicks, you get more subscribers, all that stuff. So my point is, I didn't expect to get monetized that quickly. It didn't matter to me if I got monetized in 6 months or if I got monetized in 6 years. I did it for fun. I did it for my own purposes. I didn't lose any sleep thinking like, man, how close am I to getting money from YouTube? I didn't care about that. But my own time and money and mileage doing it because I had a passion to do it. So give it time. Don't think about the money. Don't think about being monetized. Don't think about subscribers. Don't think about clicks, views, none of that stuff. Do it for yourself. Which leads to my next point. Point number 3, which I kind of hinted at a while ago, is stay consistent. This goes along with just building the channel, getting a good solid amount of videos on your channel, but don't sacrifice the quality for quantity. Stay focused and make quality videos, but be consistent. Hold yourself to a standard. Tell yourself I'm going to do 1 video a week, 2 videos a month, or 2 a week like I did for about 8 months. And I didn't do that to push myself unrealistically or to stress myself out. I just enjoyed doing it. And I had so many ideas for different videos that the first 6 to 8 months, I was just going through all the ideas that I had over the 2 years that I thought about doing this channel before I started. I had all these ideas, places I wanted to visit, things I wanted to cover, things I wanted to talk about. So it was easy for me to do sorry, my phone's going off here. It was easy for me to do 2 videos a week for all that time. So after about 7 or 8 months or so, I started to be, I got to the point where I had about, 60 or 60, 70 videos, however much it was. And I thought to myself, okay, I have a solid, I haven't even reached a year yet. I have more channels than some people who've had channels for years have. I can go ahead and just relax a little bit, and I'll focus on doing 1 video every 7 to 10 days. Sometimes I'll do more than 1 video in a week. Sometimes I'll do a video every 8 to 9 days, but it's consistent. People that watch my channel know that I'll post at least once a week or once every, 7, 8, 9 days or whatever. Or excuse me, 8, 9 or 10 days, whatever. But it's always within that range, and that's consistent. YouTube likes that. The algorithm likes that, which means people like that, because when they start liking your channel and subscribing to your channel, they don't want to get a notification every 6 weeks like, oh, blah, 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 just posted another video. And they're like, oh, they're still around. That's not a good way to go about it. Now, again, if you're not treating it like a business, it doesn't matter. This is for you anyway. But this is more for a video, I guess, for people that are really trying to grow their channel and maybe get monetized. So be consistent. Find something that works for you. And of course, at first, you're gonna have no subscribers at first. You're gonna be excited when you get your first subscriber. It might be your friend, your best friend. It'll probably be your best friend or your mom or something like that. But it's still exciting. I remember my very first one. I remember when I hit my first 100, all that stuff. My first 200, my first 300. And of course, when you hit 1,000, when you get monetized, it's a wonderful feeling. Even if it's not your goal, it's still a great feeling because it's a sense of accomplishment. Because it's not easy to do. Anyway, find something that works for you. Find a schedule. Once a week, twice a week, once a month, twice a month. It doesn't matter. But whatever you do, stay consistent because it'll help you build the discipline to build the channel. And also when people you'll find you start getting subscribers, they're going to be expecting that you post videos in a certain interval, And again, it's not about them, it's about you. But if you're going to put out if you're going to put a lot of hard work into making good quality videos and you're wanting to get subscribers, you're wanting to get monetized, these are the things that work. And these are the things that I did, and it seemed to work out just fine for me. I believe strongly that my consistency in the number of videos that I built in a 1 year period, when I had my one year mark, I was right around 80 videos. Right around 80 videos. Because most of the year, 6 months through the year, I had about, let's say about 60. Yeah, about 60 videos in my 6 month period. Then I went to about once a week. So by the time I got to my 1 year mark, a couple months later, I had right at 80. And so that's a good solid portfolio. So people that find my channel, they might see one of my videos scroll across their YouTube and they might click on it, and they say, oh, cool. And they go to my page and I have 80 videos. They're like, whoa, where's this guy been? Or they may be like, oh, whatever. I don't like this guy. I don't want to watch any of his videos. But you're not going to be for everybody. That's another side point. That's a sub point, is that you're not going to ever reach everybody. Nobody has, Mr. Beast doesn't have everybody who has a YouTube channel subscription. Like not everybody who has YouTube is subscribed to Mr. Beast or those top 1% guys. Trust me. Everybody likes different things and they're attracted to different channels for different reasons. So don't get butthurt. And there's an analytic in YouTube where you can see how many subscribers you've gained and also how many you've lost. But I'd suggest don't look at that, because that's yeah. I remember when I was close to getting 1,000 and I was right around the time where I was going to get monetized, and I saw that at that point I'd already lost like 40 or 50 subscribers, and it bugged me because I was like, man, if I would have kept those, I'll be monetized already. But it's like, why beat yourself up like that? So anyway, give it time. Just let it ride. Just tell yourself, hey, I'm here for the long haul. I'm just going to do this for fun, not money. Even when you get monetized, you're not going to start making much money right off the bat anyway, and I'll get to that. But anyway, so that's it for the first 3. So the first one was to just do it, just jump in and do it. There's no better time than now to just start, and you're going to suck at first, and you're not going to know how to do it, but you'll find that if you stay consistent, you'll get really good at it really fast, and you'll understand the editing really fast. You'll get good at that really quickly. I'm telling you, within a few videos, you'll learn a ton and pretty much everything you need to know for the most part, at least to get started with the editing, with the video, with what lighting works for you and all that stuff. Trust me, it all comes really quickly. And the more consistent you are, maybe start out doing like me, like once or twice a week or something, but when you're consistent like that, you're going to learn that, hey, these things work for me, and these are, and I'm doing them so frequently that I'm getting very good at the skills needed, like the camera work, getting used to my voice, getting used to being on camera. If you have a face, a channel where your face is on camera, and also the editing and such. Those are like the big three right there. And my second point was to give it time, give it plenty of time, be consistent, and those three right there, those are the most important, I think, as for growing it. Sorry, my phone's beeping here again. But the thing about consistency and the thing about giving it time is not to be frustrated. It's a learning curve at first. You're going to be frustrated, and especially when you get later on, like when you're a year into it, a year or two into it, you're going to look back at your early videos and you're going to cringe. No matter how good the first few videos are, you're going to cringe. And you'll have friends and family telling you, hey, those videos are awesome, they're great, like, I love that video. But to you, because you're growing and you're learning and you're getting better, you're gonna look back at those and you're gonna say, like, I don't know, I really just want to delete them because I'm so cringeworthy on there. But don't do that, because those videos have views. And when you start getting that big fan base, when you hit 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers, those early subscribers are going to love the fact, that they were with you since day one. And trust me, even if they're not one of the old school subscribers, they could be a new subscriber, and they, after watching your videos for a couple months or so, they're going to be like, man, they're going to start wanting to see your early videos. You might have 200 videos there, and they're going to always want to go back and look at your old videos. And that builds that connection with your audience, because they're going to want to know, like, what was he like in the beginning, and they want to see that your videos were growing, your video quality was growing, you were growing as a YouTuber and all that stuff. They want to feel like they're connected to you. They want to feel like they're part of your channel, and they want to feel like, he's human. He started out not knowing what he was doing, and it's obvious. If you start a channel where everything's perfect and highly produced and all that stuff, people are not going to connect with that. They're going to think you're kind of commercial and very kind of plastic, I hope all this is working and helping for you, working for you and helping you guys. I'm just going off the cuff here. There's no script here or anything. I have my checklist in front of me on my phone, which is probably why you hear my phone dinging sometimes. But the fourth thing, we're almost there. The fourth thing is kind of goes along with what I was saying, but it's to keep your full-time job. Now, what I mean by that is not to insult you and say, hey, you suck. Don't quit your day job. It's not what I'm saying. I know it kind of sounds like that, but what I mean by that is, YouTube takes a while. Even if you end up being the top 1% of YouTubers and you're getting millions of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers right off the bat, you don't know how long that's going to last. And YouTube does keep a portion of what you make. When you get monetized, they keep a portion. It's not, I think it's like, it's less than half or something like that. So you do keep the majority of what you're earning, but it could be a flash in the pan thing. You never know. And just, my advice is, like I said, because you can get 700-800 subscribers in a week, and then it could just chill out, and then it'll take another 8-9 months to get another 200 subscribers. So keep your day job, keep doing this as, meaning YouTube, do this as a hobby, do it for fun. There's not much more to that category than just that, but don't just get excited and be like, oh, I'm just going to do it YouTube full time. Now, if you have it made, and you live with your mom, or you live in your parents' basement or whatever, or you're rich already or something, you're like, hey, yeah, then just do it full time and you don't have to worry about money. That'd be great. I wish more than anything, and I can't wait. I really hope there's a time that comes where I'm making enough money on YouTube consistently to where I can, travel when I want and go places I want out of state and just fly or drive, take a train, and just visit things around the country and do vlogs on people, places, things of interest all over the world. I do look forward to that, and I do believe that if I stay consistent, that I probably will get to that point. Might take 5 years from now, but again, there's no rush. But I'm not quitting my day job because I don't want to stress myself out for that, over that, and then all of a sudden my channel is doing really well for 6 months, and then it just chills out, depending on the time of year or whatever, or the quality of your videos might be as good or whatever. It could be anything, but just don't jump right into it. I think any YouTube guru out there, which I am not, would probably tell you the same thing. So point number 5, and it's the last one, and it's kind of, it's more of a motivator than anything else, but it's to keep the faith. Now, what I mean is, don't forget why you're here. Don't forget why you're on the channel. Again, if you're on YouTube, just to make money and to quit your full-time job. You might be kind of, like I said, barking up the wrong tree or going about it the wrong way. You might want to find something that maybe you enjoy doing instead of your full-time job. Don't get demotivated. You're going to spend all your money out of pocket at first for the first year, year and a half, 2 years. I'm just saying that to expect the worst, you know. You're going to spend your own money going to places. You're going to spend time, your effort, your labor, your resources. You might even buy a camera or a new phone to get some better quality footage and stuff. And I did the same thing. I already had my phone and my selfie stick. And I'd say about a month into vlogging, I bought my first gimbal for my phone. Excuse me, my stabilizing, I've been saying monetizing so much today, my stabilizing gimbal, I paid about $115 for that. And it's great quality. I still have it in case I ever have to use my phone as a backup. Invested in that. And then about 6 months later, I bought a nice Rode mic because I knew I was going to get a camera. Didn't even have the camera yet. And then about 2 months ago, in July, and so about 11 months in, I bought my Canon camera. And I bought a Joby. I'll show it to you guys with the cameras on it right now, but it's like, you know, the grip. It's like a gorilla grip thing. You put your camera on and stuff, and it's like a stabilizer handle. So I invested all that from my own pocket before I made a dime from Facebook. I was earning money. I got monetized in February, and I was buying things up until just 2 months ago. Or to say, but YouTube doesn't pay you until you hit at least $100 in your account. Now you might have earned and brought in $200 or, you know, $175, but after YouTube takes their cut, you might still be falling short of $100. So whenever you hit $100 in your account, in your Google AdSense account, because Google owns YouTube, and when it's time to get paid out, when you hit that 100, usually around the 21st, 22nd of the following month, then you get a direct deposit from Google or AdSense for your YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. But my point is, it's like any other passion and any other art. You're going to be giving and giving and giving and spending, and whether it's just not even maybe money, you might already have the equipment to do all the YouTubing you need to do. You might have a camera and a mic or a camera or a great phone, and you want to stick with that, fine. You might not have to invest any money in equipment, but you're still putting your time and your effort into it, right? So you're going to have to just tell yourself again, remind yourself why you're here. Just keep the faith that, you know what I'm putting in here is going to reward me back. Whether it's just because you're getting out what you put in as for just the art and the enjoyment of it all, or if you're in it for business and you want to make money and you want to retire from your job and do YouTube full time, you know, all the four points I gave you, don't give up, just do it, stay consistent, and don't quit your job yet. And so with all those things, you'll get more out of it. You'll get more, you'll be able to expect more out of it because you know you're putting in the work to do it. Now, after all those things being said, I hope that your channel does really well. And you know, some niches do better than others. I consider myself, I call my channel a travel channel, and travel is a big one. You know, travel channels typically do very well. I watch travel channels, and people that I watch have exponentially more subscribers and views than I do big time. But also, I remind myself that a lot of those guys have been doing this a lot longer than I have. Some of those guys have been doing this for 13, 14 years. And they have, you know, 300, 500, 600,000 subscribers. And they're living off of YouTube full time. I got to remind myself that a lot of those guys, even the ones who are younger in it, one of them has been doing it for about 7 years. About 7.5 years, and he just started doing it full time like 2 years ago. So not until he was like, you know, 4 or 5 years into it did he start doing it full time and quitting his job. So if that's a goal for you, just keep that in mind. So I'm running along here. I hope this helped you. This is not a typical video of mine. I'm not a guru by any means. I don't do how-to videos or what to expect videos. Usually I'm doing videos that like, hey, I saw this cool thing on the side of the road today, so I'm going to stop and do a vlog about it. So by no means I don't have the studio. I'm in my room here. I don't have any studio set up to do all these professional videos of, you know, buy my course and all that stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but that's not me. But I hope you got some value out of this, just coming from somebody who is an everyday, regular guy who started a YouTube channel because I was inspired to do it by other channels that I watched. And I just happened to be I guess, fairly successful at it. I got monetized in less than 6 months. And I'm making money from doing YouTube videos, which I guess makes me a professional YouTuber. I don't know. But I don't do it for those reasons. And I hope that this could inspire you to just feel more relaxed, more motivated, and most of all, inspired, like I said, to do even more so after watching this, to go ahead and start your channel and just have that warm and fuzzy feeling like that you, no matter what you do, it's going to be fine, and you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to get good at it, and everything will be just fine. And if you have any other questions or whatever, if you'd like to get to know me or more of my story, feel free to comment, and I'd love to, we could have a private conversation about anything that might help you out, and all that. So if you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, mostly it's travel stuff, but hey, I'll throw things like this in here if I need to. But you guys have a wonderful evening, and God bless you all. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.